I'm a muskrat. I'm from Muscatine, Iowa. If you know Muscatine, then you know why I just said I'm a muskrat. It's a dirty place full of filthy people like myself.
Yeah, when most people think of Iowa athletes from Muscatine, they think of Joe Wieskamp. They don't think of Greg.
Facts. Joe Wieskamp is a really good one, but there have actually been like a bunch of stellar athletes. The swim team that I swam on
Mm,
I was like the sixth best of, or maybe the eighth best of eight Division I swimmers,
that's insane.
and I was
What
actually
age?
really good
What age did you swim?
my whole life until from like 5 until 13 or 14, like 5 until 14, and then I just dedicated myself to lifting weights and doing off-season training for football.
Yeah.
So I gave that up, and then my senior year, two of the most prominent swimmers from the team. One ended up at Texas and ended up on the like the U.S. national team, and then another one went to Notre Dame, and he ended up being a NCAA finalist. So like these dudes were legit um,
Fish.
fish. Let's swear to God. And I was by far the smallest of all of them too. Smallest hands,
Really?
smallest feet, shortest, like shortest arms, shortest legs, everything, dude. I was the runt of that pack. Um,
Straight doggy style, just fucking flapping.
but they moved down to Texas, and the head coach came to me. He's like, "Hey man, I know you can still swim. Like, come out, and we need you to just swim 50 and maybe the 100, but swim relays for us." And dude, it took me the whole season to get back into swimming like
Yeah.
form where I could actually go fast enough for me to make a difference. But we made it to state. Obviously we made it to state. I was on a team of absolute assassins, and uh, we won our third consecutive state title. We had a legendary race where us and another team broke in a relay broke an old state record, but they outtouched us, which sucks. But
That's crazy.
we ended up getting the three-peat, and I was part of one of those three. I was in the stands for the other two though, because I always stayed friends with those kids. I loved watching swimming.
I'm
Swimming
sure.
is horrible.
Oh,
It's horrible, dude.
like a slept on sport for like developing as a younger kid potentially, or
Super
no?
slept on if you want to develop a strong mind, a strong respiratory system, and a strong back.
Mm. What's the hardest part of swimming? Like you said, strong mind first. Like what is it? Just how
Okay,
long you have to
there
go ahead.
was there was one morning. This shows you why our team was so good. One Saturday morning, I was staying at my friend Hayden Callaghan's house. Hayden went on to swim at Pittsburgh, and his dad Bob was our swim coach. Bob Callaghan should go down in like the for sure the youth swim Hall of Fame, but like sports dad Hall of Fame, because Bob Callaghan legitimately taught himself how to be an elite swim coach. Like he
That's crazy.
learned the system of how to build swimmers. And Saturday morning, when we weren't supposed to have practice, we get up. I think we're just gonna like have breakfast and hang out. We're on our way to the pool, and the main working set of this Saturday morning workout for me was 40 100s. I don't
With a
remember.
time?
I would assume the time was probably around 120, right? Like that. Maybe he gave us he was not a forgiving. I would
Not
say
generous.
no, he was not generous. I would say it was probably on like the 120. I'm not even lying. And his sons was 60 100s because Hayden
With
was
like
just significantly better than me.
with like a break, like a just 30 seconds in
No, no,
between
no,
or
no.
what?
On the 120. maybe on the
Oh,
130. So whatever time you finish in, that's the break
yeah.
until that timer hits again,
Oh
bro.
my
Oh,
gosh. Oh my gosh.
40 of them.
That brings me back to Iowa on the freaking CrossFit bikes, the shit I used to have to do. And
Yeah.
that was like a third of what you just talked about.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That was a tough, tough morning. But it's why we legitimately had the one of the most elite swim teams in high school swimming history, bro. Not even just Iowa. We
Yeah.
three-peated. We three-peated and we didn't even have to swim the last relay. We could have just went home early and still won the title.
Uh, that's
was that
crazy.
was that
That's
just like a
different.
moment of time, or like swimming just a big deal in that
Just a moment
area?
in time, brother. It was
Really?
between
That's so unique.
between the city, the town. Sorry, the city. But between the towns of Muscatine and Wilton,
Wilton.
we because Wilton didn't have a swim team, so Travis Greenwald and Dylan Steepleton, and then Alex Walton, three fish, dude, three monsters, got to
Monster.
got to come down to Muscatine and swim because it was the closest swim program for them. And so between these two towns, little 10 miles apart in southeast Iowa, we legitimately had a top 10 national swim team.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And
That's different.
I was by far the worst of all of them. But I could get
Yeah.
up and go for 50 yards in the freestyle.
Yeah. Yeah.